at that. What you just locked me out because this is a Chevy channel, didn't you? What's up?
What's up, dude?
Alrighty, guys. So we are in S550's Fix's Mustang, which you just put bigger injectors in.
1000 cc injectors in a Palm Beach dyno.
Palm Beach dyno 2, new clutch. And he's trying to put some miles on it, so I'm gonna ride with him down to the shop today. We're gonna do some work on Skidmark. We're actually gotta do a little bit of work on this car. And I'm off today, so just gonna be a nice day of messing around with Skidmark and helping Justin out here on the car and all that good stuff. You can't really get on it, can you?
I can in a minute.
A little bit. All right, we'll go a little bit of an idea of a pull here before we get to the shop. Oh boy. On the dyno last year at the wheel 650 wheel. So, and I mean, you're gonna get even more with what you've been doing to it. It is insanely quick. For those of you who don't know, it's got a Rouse stage 2,
stage 3
blower. So it freaking scoots.
That was 60 to 120.
Yeah, it took seconds. So we'll pick up the camera once we get down to the shop. Alrighty, guys, so we are down here at the shop today, and got the Skidmark over here on the other side. This isn't, you guys have noticed we've been over here on this side because the other truck that's new to the channel is over on the other side, plus the Cateye, so we don't have all that much room. But Skidmark is right over here, and what we're going to do today is I'm gonna kind of, which this will be in a different video, the deal with the gauges, which you guys will see that coming up. But today we are taking the add-a-leaf out of the rear and getting the rear a little bit closer to matching the front, and we're gonna play around with some nitrous, maybe a little bit of a bigger jet. So maybe we'll do a pull or two on the camera here, but that's gonna be today's deal. And Justin's gonna be doing plugs on the Mustang. He's gonna change the gap on them for his tune. And you got gonna run E next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already mean, but it's just gonna be downright vicious after that. So let me get the shop organized here, and we'll pick back up the camera once we get ready to pull the add-a-leafs out. Alrighty, boys. So what we're gonna do today on Skid is this right here, this overload spring. We are gonna take this out. Reason being is, if you see right there, we gain almost an inch because of it. Now, because there's no hauling with Skidmark, no towing or anything like that, there's no need for that. And what I want to do is, because it's just a little bit higher in the rear still than the front, and we even have drop shackles in here. We have the biggest drop shackles we can go with in here. We want to take those out. Now, the reason some of you guys are thinking, well, why is it still higher in the rear? Skidmark has no rear bumper, no tailgate, no spare tire, no spare tire holder. And when you take all that weight off of the rear, you know, the truck's gonna raise back up. So even with the drop shackles, the truck still sits higher in the rear. So to combat that, we're gonna take this add-a-leaf out, and we're gonna be really close. Plus, if you think about it, it's weight reduction, even though it probably, together, those two springs only weigh 40 pounds. 40 pounds is 40 pounds. It's actually 40 pounds right over the axle. Which isn't the best thing because you want traction, but it's still 40 pounds. So what I'm gonna do is, this shouldn't be too bad because, you know, we put this axle in here a month ago, is I'm gonna take my U-bolts apart here and drop the axle down. I'm gonna do this one side at a time. I've got to take the spring pack, take the nut out, get that out, put it back on, and shouldn't be too bad. So go ahead and get started. Alrighty, guys, so Justin and I went ahead and got the add-a-leaf out. Now, there is our add-a-leaf, and I gotta tell you what, that is way more weight than I expected. It is like 25, you can hear that, 25 or 30 pounds. So here's the bolt that goes through your springs right here. Now this, I've cleaned it up on the bench grinder. It was extremely rusted up. I would recommend maybe some PB Blaster if you decide you want to do this. And instead, where I couldn't get the Allen key up inside of it, I literally took vice grips and gripped it really hard and put a U-bolt through it so that way, you know, your vice grips won't spin, then take that nut off by hand. That's gonna be your best bet if it's really seized up. But what I'm gonna do now is literally put this thing back together, and that's one side down. Alrighty guys, so this side is done. The tire's back on, it's not lower down. I still got it jacked up because I'm working on this other side right now. But before I button this side up, I kind of want to show you guys what I did have to do. The bolt that bolts the leaf springs together wasn't threaded enough, so I actually had to put some washers under there, so that way I had enough threads to tighten it back up. But if you see here, now you just have the 2 springs here and not that add a leaf or the overload spring. But let me tell y'all something. Got them out here on the back of the four-wheeler. That is some weight. It is every bit of 50 pounds between the 2 of those combined. So in conjunction with lowering, we actually did a little bit of weight reduction too. And we are probably getting close to maxed out on weight we can take off of Skidmark. We may could do an aluminum block next, but that's about the end of weight reduction. I think Justin's about done with his plugs over here on his car. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta get Justin's help, and I'm gonna get under here and go ahead and put our U-bolts back on. And once I do that, I'll pick back up the camera and we'll drop this thing down and see our difference. And you know, unfortunately, I just thought about it. I didn't really do a before shot, so we're just gonna have to kind of imagine it being lower. Plus I got a spare tire on the front because one popped. But we're gonna kind of get the idea here. We'll get the idea. So I'll pick back up the camera in just a minute. Alrighty, so let's lower her on down here and see how she looks. Oh yeah. Oh, it's really close. It's really close. It's still a little bit, but it's much closer. Let me get a tape measure.
Hey, you also got to think it's leaning to the right, so the passenger or the driver's side's up a little more than the passenger side.
Yeah, a little bit. Alrighty, so the gap between the tire and the front is about roughly about 3.5. We're gonna call it 3.5. The gap in the back, it's a little bit more than I thought. It's actually still at 4 3/4, not quite, but 4.5 ish. So we're still 1 inch difference. It's better. It was still significantly higher in the rear. And of course, if you've got everything on your truck, the drop shackles is going to get you where you need to be. But the problem is, where there's no weight on the back, we're going to sit up higher. So that's, I mean, I'm good with that because it's pretty close. It's closer than it was. And that's as close as we're going to get with the setup we've got now. So I'll accept it. And we also got weight reduction out of it. So we lowered the truck even more for free. That's all it took. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fanoodle a little bit with this nitrous kit and see if we can't change out some jet sizing. All right, so unfortunately, the bottle is empty, which is kind of to be expected because we've done a lot of passes on this bottle, and it's empty. I can't get the pressure to come up, so it's definitely there. So not going to be messing with the nitrous at all today, but I did change the shot out and kind of screwed around with some fuel and got a new chart and stuff like that. But Skidmark is lower, and hopefully, if all goes well, the next video you guys see, Skidmark's going to be racing a car, fast car. So hopefully, that's why I wanted to change that out and just tweak a few things, was to get it ready for that race. But stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. Going to be a good video. And win or lose, we're going to get a good idea of where Skidmark really stands on the street. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you're not already, go check out S550 Fix's channel. And that extremely fast Mustang. And thanks to Justin for helping me out here. So Justin, you got anything to add?
No, that's it.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.